Hello, YouTubers. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Evan. What do you remember now from time you go to bed? Day you were born, what you remember then, and what you remember now. What we were taught as kids and what we learn as adults down the line. Now, what I remember growing up is that we are taught to think before we act. Comprehend, think. Before you cross the street, look left to your right. Before you cross the street. Now, I mean, the reason I'm doing this video is that you look at these college kids, 18 to 22. Okay, you see them around protesting. My question is, do they know what they're protesting against? Do they know what they are protesting against? And why they are protesting? Now, common sense should have set in a long time ago. Okay. Half these college kids were told they were special. Okay. Not all kids are special. Okay, not all. Not all kids were perfect. Okay, not all of them are. When I grew up, I mean, yeah, they're gonna be rowdy, teenagers and shit, but the phase that we go through when we're that age, between 14 and 16, I thought my shit didn't stink when I was that age. I thought I could whoop my dad's ass when I was younger, but he cleaned my clock. So yeah, he whipped my ass. My old man whipped my ass because he straightened me out growing up. We fought about 2 or 3 times. The kitchen, the garage, the backyard. Holy shit! But the thing is, I deserved it. I deserved to get my clock cleaned. I deserved to get my ass kicked. Fighting in the kitchen. My dad wanted me to clean the floor. We moved the fridge aside, and he wanted me to clean the floor, all the mess that was underneath the refrigerator. I fucked up. And I mean, me and my dad, we traded blows 2 or 3 times, and I learned my lesson. And I had to come to a reality at age 16. For 5 days a week, I was a man of the house until protecting me. I went to school 5 days a week, or weekends. I had my free time, or I had to do chores. I had to mow the lawn, pull weeds and shit. Help my dad work on his truck or his Bronco or what needed to be done. I helped him. I had to help him because I was living in his house under his rules. Now, rules. Did these college liberal snowflakes were given rules by their parents? Okay. Instead of giving, now if your child was playing on a team, whether it's football, baseball, hockey, lacrosse, softball, volleyball, whatever sport it is, and the team finished second place, so the losing team also got trophies. They grew up planning that was planted in their heads, and their whole lives growing up, they said, "Jimmy, Susie, you're special. Nothing would happen to you. Go ahead and wreck whatever." But the thing is, kids these days have no respect. Okay? Their parents didn't plant a foot in their ass. They didn't even plant a foot in their ass. Because this day and age, kids these days, even college kids, 18 to 22, the sauerkraut of life. The reason I'm doing this video is that what happened in Charlottesville, it's fucked up. 3 people got killed, and one was a woman, 35 years of age, protesting. She was hit by a car by some fucking lunatic. And putting salt on the wound. Her family and her friends were having a memorial funeral for her. Okay. Her mom and dad were doing eulogies, talking about her. Outside, guess who crashed the funeral? Antifa. They had to crash the funeral over a woman who was hit by a car and was killed instantly. That is a show of no respect on the part of Antifa. Show some respect. Have some fucking compassion here. Have some respect. 35 years old. Hit by a car. Now also adding more salt to the wound is that you get the white supremacists laughing that she died. Real insult. And a big salt on the open wound of humanity. You know, when I was growing up, my life was not perfect. Okay. For almost 9 years of my life, I went to church. And I went every Sunday. I read the Bible every Sunday. I was raised to think for myself. Question everything. I question my parents. I question my teachers. I question everybody on anything or everything. But it seems to be that if you do question everything, you get called un-American, you get called a terrorist, a traitor. You get called every name in the book. Why? You question our government, you question the authority of folks. I've challenged authority my whole life. And I've learned a lot along the way. It was not easy. It was fucking difficult and tough. Life is not easy. It is hell. It is one of the toughest things. You know, the mayor of Baltimore took down, in the middle of the night, took down 3 Confederate memorials. The term memorial wasn't about racism. It had nothing to do with racism. It had nothing to do with religion, religious reasons and whatnot. It's about the men who went on that battlefield and put their lives on the line for a cause, for whatever reason it is. They put their lives on the line. Brother versus brother, neighbor versus neighbor, friend against friend. We were divided. Other countries around the world had multiple civil wars. We had one. Now, here's one thing that was never or will ever be allowed in history books or school books. Okay. Slave owners during the Civil War, or even before. Quite a few treated their slaves respectfully. Yeah, respectfully. And then there are some who had no respect for humanity at all, period. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back a few decades. Thomas Jefferson, the founder of the University of Virginia.
Knowledge is free. We are anonymous. We are reaching. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
He has slaves. He treated his slaves fairly, humanly. Before he died, he wrote a will that he died. By the age of 18, his slaves were free. Some of the slaves were free. They'd be free. But it seems that nobody wanted that will to happen. Nobody. If he was alive today, he would be pissed off. Now, you got these idiots. Not Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Okay? There's a difference. Black lives are people who are hardworking, educated, church-going, fearing, God-loving people. Okay? That's one difference. Black Lives Matter are thugs, heathens, always demanding My opinion, they can take their demands, roll up into a little ball, bend over, and shove it right square up their ass. These are these fuckers in Dallas killed five police officers. Police officers. See, these motherfuckers love to loot damaged property. Just like Antifa and BAM. Okay? Pulling a black box, destroying property, destroying cars, destroying windows of businesses, just burning down homes and shit. No respect. I remember learning about how Black Panthers were. Okay? Those were the real deal. The damn real deal. These were legends. Okay, legends. Who fought for a cause. The more I learned about them, it made me respect them more. Old school. Old school. The real Black Panthers. See, J. Edgar Hoover, he didn't like these guys. That's when he came up with the COINTELPRO. Thing is, he didn't want the black man to rise and stand up for his rights. I think that's chicken shit. You had Martin Luther King, who fought. He marched. He wanted equality for everybody. Peace. Understanding. Now, Malcolm X and MLK were like a coin. Sides to one coin. Matter and antimatter on one coin. Now these days, it's all it's just insane. Respect. I mean, how come nobody thinks before they act? They just assume shit. They just assume shit, you know? I mean, it took me a long time to understand a lot of that. Few. And you know, you look at this era, this time period, okay? People are living in the past. You have Antifa, BLM. Living in the past. You have the KKK living in the past. I mean, how come not live for the future? By taking down the statues, removing the understanding of why it's there for a reason. It's a memorial of war veterans. If you're a politician, like I mean, look at the mayor of Baltimore, the mayor of Charlottesville, the governor of Virginia, don't seem to understand. The mayor of New Orleans, another fucking idiot. These are symbols of what went down 150 years ago. They are there to remind us of how far we got. And the men who shed their blood on the battle, who died, who lived and died. That nobody gives a shit no more. They just want to remove the statues because it's supposedly racism and slavery. Now, time out. Let's go back 1,000 years ago. Okay, throughout history, there was slavery all over the world. I mean, there were countries that were selling their own people to slavery. The world. I mean, shit. Columbus had slaves. Christopher Columbus had slaves. I mean, shit. Christopher Columbus had slaves when he supposedly found the New World. It wasn't just here in the United States; it was everywhere. But can't talk about that because it's not relevant. They only want to talk about the slavery that happened in the South during the 1860s. I've thrown it out shit before. Slavery was abolished, man, after the war. You think the South was worse? Look what happened after the war. Look what happened to the Native Americans. They were treated like shit by our cavalry. They had their ways, man. The Native Americans were living in their own society. They had their own culture, their own stuff, their own selves. But it seems that it's not okay for the cavalry to. I mean, Puritans, when they came here, they tried to change the culture of the Native Americans. They wanted them to have English names, speak English, cut the boys' hair, dress properly, because their God wanted them to. So the Puritans were acting kind of like, they say, they're the mild version of Antifa. The mild version. So they didn't just suppress the culture of the Native Americans. They cut boys' hair. They wanted to give them English-speaking names. Have them worship God their way. See, liberals only want you to think like them, act like them, speak like them. Have a philosophy like them, an ideology like them. want to have it. If you don't think like the liberal snowflakes, then you're not American. Guess what, snowflakes? American. I think for myself. When was the last time you ever thought for yourself? When was the last time that any of these liberal cocksucking snowflakes, these spoiled college kids, ever for themselves? About a portion of brainwashed think as like a liberal. No? Be a Hillary Kook. Drink her fucking poison Kool-Aid. Think for yourself. Be yourself. Don't betray don't betray yourself. Be you. Think for yourself. Don't let these liberal snowflakes brainwash. Have a little peace of mind for yourself. Just think for a moment. Think for yourself. Don't care what other people think of you. Because they're just angry, pissed off, and spoiled. Because you're not thinking like them, acting like them, being brainwashed like them. I mean, when you look at what happened in the Carolina, in North or South Carolina, they took down a statue of a Civil War soldier who died on the battlefield. Shed his blood, shed his tears, because he knew he was going to die. Once you look at this, I saw it, and this. Just for the record, Confederate soldiers, sailors, and Marines in the Civil War were made U.S. veterans. Congress in 1957. U.S. Public Law 85-425-410. Approved 23rd of May 1958. This made all Confederate Army, Navy, and Marine veterans equal to U.S. veterans. Additionally, under U.S. Public Law 810, the 17th Congress on 26th of February 1929, the War Department was directed to erect headstones and recognize Confederate grave sites as U.S. grave sites. In essence, when you remove a Confederate statue, a monument, or headstone, you are in fact removing the statue, monument, or headstone of a United States veteran. That means Antifa, means Black Lives Matter, you are removing history in memorial. You're removing a statue that honors U.S. veterans, Confederate or Union, they're still military veterans. You should be ashamed of yourself, and may God have your fucking soul. You're both fucking disrespectful. You have no heart, no soul. Your soul is as corroded. You're corroded as a dead carcass on the side of the road. Your soul's tainted by the blood of the innocent. You should be both ashamed of yourselves. Antifa, no matter how you put yourself as, you're still a fucking fascist and still a piece of shit that needs to be destroyed. And Black Lives Matter, you're a disgrace. You're thugs, and you're a bunch of fucking shit. You're about as dumber than a second coat of paint. The true Black Lives Matter. Highly educated people. Hard-working, church-going, God-fearing individuals. Also the Black Panthers. The legendary, the legends. The old school Black Panthers, those were the true revolutionaries. That stood up for their brothers and sisters. Because Black Lives Matter. You are a disgrace to your people. And you will be as long as you live. Antifa, you call yourself anti-fascist. No, you're not anti-fascist. You are a fascist bunch of cocksuckers, communist piece of shit. You're not human. You're a bunch of fucking monsters. You are a disgrace to humanity. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech will never go away. Freedom of speech will always be around. Whether you like it or not, bunch of half-witted, brain-dead morons who you think that you got this cause of destroying fascists, whatever. All you're doing is you're pissing off a lot of people who wants to kick your fucking ass. I'm saying veterans. Oh yeah. I'm saying Trump supporters who you pissed off. Constitutionalists. Oh yeah. Here's the thing. Here's one fact about you fuckers. You're a communist piece of shit. And this is for the protesters who have no idea why they're there. My question is this: Do you know what you're protesting against? You are really protesting against? Protesting for? You're protesting against something you don't know or why, and you don't know why you're protesting against. You're just there to protest. What are you fucking protesting in the first place? So you think it's pretty cool to go out, damage property, bust windows of businesses, damaging cars, homes. You have no idea what the fuck you're doing. I mean, you think you do, but you don't. You're protesting because you want to be a part of something. You think you're doing yourself some good by just destroying property, attacking people for whatever cause it is. You have no idea what it is. Grow the fuck up. Go home. You have no business protesting of whatever you don't know about. Half these fuckers who wants to tear down the statue of Robert E. Lee, they know nothing about the man. They have no idea who he is. Okay, snowflakes. Let me give you a little history lesson on Robert E. Lee. Okay, the house. Okay, Arlington National Cemetery. Okay, that's there. It belonged to Robert E. Lee and his wife, his family. Okay, it was taken away by the Union troops. Okay, and then sold. They buried bodies with flower beds everywhere. So they sued to get it back. Got it back, but his wife thought, you know what? Fuck it. They have it. They have it. She's tired of finding dead bodies in her flower bed. So guess what? The house is a memorial. Okay? And it was converted into the Arlington National Cemetery. Okay? His wife was related to George Washington. Okay? Now, you want to get this, or Robert E. Lee, he wanted nothing to do with slavery. I mean, he hated slavery. He was against it. The one thing he didn't want was a statue for him. He didn't want it, but yet it was erected in his honor because he was a general. At this point, like Ulysses S. Grant, they both went to West Point and are veterans. So before you decide to tear down the statue of Robert E. Lee, learn a little bit about the guy. Learn a little bit about the guy before you start getting stupider than a box of rocks. Before you start to decide to just judge. The only person who will judge is God himself. You have no right to judge anybody. So, learn about the guy. And learn of why the statue was there in the first place. And read this. The statue, United States military veteran. So before you start getting more stupid than a box of rocks, and more dumber than before you get stupid, before you get dumber than a box of rocks and more stupider than a second coat of paint, do your research on the guy. Do your research. Okay. Don't get stupid like you already are. Because now it's already too late for your brain to become normal again. Right? Research the guy. Read what I'm sharing. Understand that. Before you start to insult any more veterans, I got 2 words for you. Because here's the thing. Alabama just passed a law to protect every or any statue from the Civil War. And don't think about attacking the Washington or the Jefferson Memorial, because that's when you sink to a new low. Because see, you guys already attacked the Lincoln Memorial. It became more stupider. How about have some common sense and compassion for history? It's not about racism. It's about you guys getting stupid every time you do anything stupid. All right? I tell you what. You're already stupid when you find that black mask to hide your ugly face. Alright? This is good old Grandmaster Revan here. And please share this video. If you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. And just remember, knowledge is free. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Peace out.